Penis.
I can't interrupt that.
Anyways,
To be
so,
different.
welcome back to Vestige of Ophiuchus, Nat19 Campaign 1, Session 2... Ophiuchus. Welcome to Vestige of Ophiuchus. So people at home, wise viewers, we're currently working with a new artist, and they're going to be making new art and stuff from here on. But one of the things that we're doing to A, test them out, and B, keep things consistent is we're getting all the characters redone in their art style.
It's our babies. Our beautiful babies.
Our beautiful boys.
A boom.
Oh, look at that.
Look at the beef arms on Vogan.
Look
Right?
at the beef arms on Vogan.
Thick ass arms there.
He is basically beating Wendy's with "Where's the beef?" There it is.
You right.
In them arms.
I am confused as to why those from the surface would have come to help me.
No, excuse me, madam.
They were hired. Osvi told me to find them. I see. Then I thank you. You probably do not have a high opinion of my kind. And I not a strong opinion of yours, but circumstances being as they are, I'm thankful that you came.
Friends can be found in the strangest of ways.
Glares at Quintus.
Hand on Vogan's shoulder, like easy.
For now.
Slow your roll.
For now, we were hired so that we could find one of our friends. If you would not mind, miss, we should make haste back to your home.
It is part of the deal that we struck with them. Then yes, we shall not hold you up.
And they start walking back. Nea waits for Duanda to take lead, since she has no idea how to get back to wherever they were. She stays a bit behind him while they're moving. It's not a rough trek back. You guys get back within an hour.
I kill Quintus.
No.
I mean, if there was any time, you could.
Boys, no.
And then you guys continue on your way. Eventually you get back to the settlement, which all the digging and preparing of graves appears to be completely done at this point, whatever rituals that they had to...
I need to sell them for plate.
Whatever you guys had, just whatever these Go ahead.
He'll
Oh,
wait.
right, you don't have the bag of holding. Vogan, get those chain shirts. I had to sell them for plate.
Sure.
The two obelisks in the shrine are still glowing. Most of the drow are guarding the entrances as you guys enter. As you come within view, Nea sees Oswi and rushes off ahead of you guys and effectively throws herself into Oswi's arms. And the two of them just embrace for a solid minute. There's a very motherly, daughterly energy between the two of them.
So I trust that went well, considering the lot of you have come back alive.
More or less.
While you were gone, it was rather easy to find what you needed. Liam?
And she snaps her fingers towards one of the other drow who comes forward to you guys and immediately gets down on one knee facing you.
I have found the way to what I believe to be a group of Kutoa that you're looking for. I can lead you to them.
You have our gratitude.
And you have ours.
It appears as if one of the ones we were fighting had gotten away. However, it seems as if the main one in charge of the assault that we went there has been defeated. Seemingly, the final blow being struck. He motions over toward the woman they saved.
I do not look to take any of the credit from them. But yes, in any case, he's gone. The one that survived was insignificant. It would be rather impolite of us to say that you couldn't. So yes, you can rest with us for the time being. But we will be moving soon as well.
I know that we make you uncomfortable, so if you have any problems, we'll leave immediately. But thank you for your hospitality.
You do not make us uncomfortable. I'm very grateful, actually, that you're here. We just would like to sever any ties that we have immediately and continue trying to find a place where we can be safe.
Be sure to talk with your followers here. There was a bit of talk that we had before that didn't make me very very famous. Like looks back toward Vogan.
Still glaring at Quintus.
Oh my.
Smiles at Vogan.
I feel like that's Vogan's resting face.
I feel like the thumbnail is the exact exact feel.
Seems about right.
Yes, Lady Nea, It had been offered before that, should we wish it, we could take sanctuary in a kingdom above the land that this man is ennobled from. We will take it under consideration. That would go against a lot of things that we have based our life upon, but the life that we had constructed is rather non-existent right now anyways, so it is not a decision we will come to quickly. We will think about it.
The only major thing is the drow that had talked to you guys before, the one addressed as Liam. He appears to be waiting separately from the others, waiting to guide you guys to wherever you need to go afterwards. He doesn't seem to be preparing with the others.
Thank you,
Normal
Liam.
name. I'm a fan of Liam and his normal name.
Wanda and Liam.
You're right.
Liam, we have rations if you want some.
Hey guys, are you ready to go? I can take you there at any time.
Oh my god, I love you.
You can have all of my rations.
He looks like a drow at first glance, then you notice he's just got like smudges of like purple paint on his face, and he's actually got normal colored skin. Yeah, I'm one of the drow. I can help.
He's Morty hiding out down here. With
All right, guys, let's go.
For some reason.
We're gonna go try to find your friends. Let's go. All right, guys, come on.
Like that guy
You
in
son of a
Fog.
bitch, I'm in.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Hey, Liam. I get it.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez, Logan.
You're not gonna, if you try to sneak up on them burping like that, you're gonna give yourself away. I just think that maybe
No.
I'm
It's
just not
fine.
sure that you're ready.
Speaking of
No.
So
I'm super ready.
and then we stopped with this bit, and we moved on.
It was a wonderful bit.
It was glorious.
Better go to bed.
Lexi, could I perhaps have a word in private?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
So, I couldn't help but note, I could be wrong, but I feel like you're not the biggest fan of me.
What?
Why? I mean, like, why are you talking to me about it?
Well, I mean, we're going to be working together for who knows how long, and I'd like it to be a very efficient and, friendly relationship if possible.
I'd like that too, but it's really hard to have a friendly relationship with people that you don't really trust. So
That's entirely fair. I've shown myself to be quite dishonest, and honestly, healthy skepticism is what keeps most people alive in this world.
But again, like, why are you asking me about it?
Well, I mean, if there are going to be more things like you threatening my life every time we go on a mission, or, just refusing to be on a team with me even when it might be the most advantageous scenario, I would like to sort that out.
It just kind of feels like you have a problem with me not liking you.
Not personally, it just seems like it might cause issues. Yes, like, is there anything in particular that, like, aside from the obvious things that I may not be aware of, that I've done to upset you?
It's pretty much just the obvious things.
Okay, and that would be like the stealing of the bag and being a dumb
Among other
peer.
things, yeah.
What would those other things be exactly?
It's really hard for me to tell you the things that I feel like you've done wrong, because that feels really, really judgmental, and I feel like I shouldn't tell you that stuff, and also I shouldn't tell you the stuff that I think you should do to make it better. It feels like that's something that you should realize on your own,
I mean, sure, if we were like, buddy, but I'm coming at this from a work standpoint, and I don't know you well enough to really read you that well.
Yeah, but that's because we forced you to, because you were caught. You didn't really volunteer that information, so...
I mean, in fairness, a lot of that was personal business. I don't think I was under any obligation to volunteer that I'm a dumb peer.
I mean, we all volunteered everything else that we are, so... It seems unfair that you're getting mad at me about trust and stuff like that when it doesn't go both ways. Like, you're asking me to trust you.
I trust you to get the job done. I'm not threatening your life. Tell you what, could you take out your dagger?
Which one?
Anyone,
Yeah.
really.
Okay,
Your choice.
The poison one.
Alright. And if you would, could you
Okay,
just put
let's
the
see.
tip of it right here? And he just points to his heart.
Okay. She slowly does so.
Stop
is that
smacking
any-
your lips!
Sorry. Did I do it on purpose?
He's gonna eat me!
Continue, but stop that!
Feel free to ask me anything. And if at any point during this conversation you feel like I'm lying to you, stab me. And he's not going to break eye contact the entire time.
Oh, look, they're over there playing.
Here's the thing though. We've been around you for a while, and it's still really hard for me to tell when you're lying. So I appreciate the gesture, but I still wouldn't know if you were lying, and it feels like you've had an awful lot of practice at it.
I suppose all I can say is I will be honest with whatever you ask me.
Okay, but I feel like that should be a rule always and not just for this conversation.
I mean, I'll do my best. There are certain things I have trouble being honest about. I've spent my whole life being terrified of what I am. I may not have gone through the same sort of hardships as Fenris, but I've lived in fear that if anyone found out what I really am, they would kill me outright. That they'd see me as nothing more than a monster, a parasite. I don't know how much you understand about vampires or Dhampir, but in my experience, my thirst for blood is not nearly as strong as a full-blown vampire. I can pretty much keep it at bay with willpower. It seems that consuming meat is a very important part of me suppressing my thirst. After a while, I started to notice the urge getting stronger. Like, I thought I could just deal with it. I didn't know exactly what was causing it. But as time went on, it got stronger and stronger. And one night, when I was instructed to do a little cleaning around the temple with one of the other acolytes, I lost myself. And when I came to, well, you can probably imagine what I found. It was my own fault. If I had maybe put in more of an effort to research my kind, or maybe seek out another Dhampir who could have told me about this, maybe I would have been more prepared. Maybe I wouldn't have had to kill an innocent person.
So, if all of this is the truth, are you trying to be a better person now?
I don't really know what to do, honestly. Spent the last few decades doing one thing that I didn't really question. I kind of thought my options were quite limited.
I'll be waiting outside, and when you all decide that you wish to go, I will be there waiting. This sounds like not my deal.
Thank you, Liam.
We appreciate your patience.
Vogan, you will not be getting in that grave.
Well, I mean, I have the capability to.
Do you?
I'll start poking around the actual statue that's left behind with a note on it.
Alrighty. What would you like to do? Anything in particular?
Fiddling around it while I'm watching
I'm
this.
just gonna leave this here. I'm just gonna put this here for no reason.
In party fighting. Let's
I
go.
will, stand, right here.
I feel like I would have approached Vogan. Not aggressively. Fenris isn't looking to fight.
Looking around it.
You may
Yeah.
have problem with me. Perhaps a little bout could get that out of you. What do you say, Vogan?
Roll me, since you're poking around up there, roll me religion.
Uh-oh.
Seems like weird god stuff.
Yep. Yeah, you would probably only come to the conclusion that, this place might be cursed, it might be blessed, that may have just been left by someone as a means of paying respect. The one thing you do know, and you would all know straight up, is there is basically a permanent light spell cast on these obelisks. So something at least was done here that was at least a little bit credible as being magically inclined, but beyond that, not much to...
What do you say, Vogan? You are upset at me after all. Perhaps a little bit of a bout can get that out as well. And then we could all move on.
I'm not
Now
looking
that's
to
more
fight
asinine
you.
than digging up the grave. Why must we have a bout of any sort?
I agree. We don't have to fight. You just need to learn some sense.
I wouldn't say that Quintus has less sense than you do at this moment.
Overall, though.
Over. What does that mean, Vogan? Speak
Vogan.
clearly. Provide us a list of what you discriminate against.
Vogan, I'm sorry that you do not agree with my way of thinking. And I did think long and hard on it last night. But
Did
I
you?
cannot
'Cause
change
you came
for
to the
you.
same conclusion.
I cannot change for you. My way of thinking, while
going to
maybe
get us
flawed,
killed.
If you wish to take out any aggression, I'm more than happy to. But I will not allow you to dig up this grave.
Still rooting for
You do
Vogan.
recall that one of the things that you were told to focus on during your trip was to be tolerant to the ways of thinking of others, and that the reason you were sent on the pilgrimage was to learn to appreciate the culture of those outside yourself. That said, you do what you want. This is fine by me. I'm just gonna sit down.
Yeah.
Let's
That
see
said, there's still drow!
I'm blinded by
you just
my
see
drow
Quintus.
hatred.
You just see Quintus, he's like stretching, he's picking up his shield, he's like, let's get this ready!
I
My
only
God.
remind you that as this is going on, the words of Elmira echo in the back of your mind. You remember occasions of her telling you that disagreeing with a school of thought is not the same as it being flawed.
To Quinn, what must I do with these youngsters? I don't understand.
I have a few ideas. No, sorry. Let's focus on what they're doing.
Damn it.
I slip and fall.
She'll smile at him. At least he's alleviating the situation a little bit. Do you need help up?
No, okay.
Okay.
This nice tombstone broke my fall.
Well, then, aren't you supposed to be like visiting a bunch of temples and stuff like that? Like, do you really want to like anger a god or like get cursed or something like that? Like, does it seem like it's worth it?
I'm of two minds on the whole thing. I mean, you know, I'm with Quinn no matter what, but
Hey!
it's not like they're using it down there.
Exactly.
Hey!
Whatever it
I'm
is,
just
they
wondering-
could be
I
nothing.
don't- yeah.
I think
I'm
it
just
could be
wondering, I
digging
don't-
a
I don't
hole
want us to
for
get hurt.
maybe some goodies. You could go to jail for this in towns, but you know.
They are not.
I mean, I don't
they
want
are not
anything bad to
not
happen
using.
to Vogan. That's pretty much what I'm thinking.
Why do you
What do you
worship
say,
them?
Vogan? I'll promise that they will not get involved if you wish to fight.
He does not wish to.
Don't
Oh, Quintus.
Don't
Don't
forget what we're here for,
fight
Quinn.
you.
We can't get
What
you
was
banged
the
up before
point?
saving Kyverium.
And I
We
will
are
not
kinda-
heal
we're
if a
kinda
bout
wasting
does
time,
ensue.
you guys. You guys will not
There's no
endorse.
bout to be. If there's no bout to be had, he steps in front of the grave. Then that means you're not getting in this grave.
Oh, to Quinn.
Oh, God.
To Quinn.
For the only way you will do it is if you pass through my shield. I have no ill feelings towards you, Vogan.
None of us do. It's just prudent that we keep the gods on our sides for now.
I know. I know you don't have any feelings toward me. You don't have any ill feelings toward anyone. I don't necessarily agree with the way you think, but it's sort of admirable.
I do have ill feelings toward people. Just not
fool
those who
me.
I know are doing good.
What? What did you just say?
Just not those who I know are doing good.
You know for a fact that those drow are doing good.
I know that they need my help, and as such I will be doing good.
That is a lot of faith to have laid upon you.
A vein is pulsating on Vogan's hand.
Yeah, man.
Devil's advocate here, Quintus. They are known for pretty active slavery.
Murder, slavery, torture,
Yeah.
the cultism. He's just going down the list like, I know all these things.
Quintus is of a persuasion that his ideals are so important that he won't cast them aside the moment they become inconvenient.
I have gotten that.
Everyone deserves a chance, Vogan.
Fine. I won't touch the grave.
Oh, thank you. Whew.
Fine. Depending how far down they were, that would have been quite the dig. We don't have shovels, do we?
If we run into anything that's not protected by the 8th, then you completely have my blessing to do whatever you want.
Absolutely, we'll turn a blind eye.
So I can kill as many drow as I want.
I,
If they're not under my
maybe-
protection.
Maybe not the ones that are helping us. I would say that's not prudent to
Stab
achieving
Liam.
our
If they're not,
goal.
if they're not under my protection and they are considered and you consider them a threat, then sure.
So Vogan, you come to the conclusion that you are not going to try to disturb this grave?
I'm not. Yeah.
Okay.
Boo.
Fight.
But I know I was so
As you
ready.
guys, as you
Fight,
do
fight,
that,
fight, kiss,
as
kiss.
you come to that conclusion, the light from the pillars becomes softer very briefly, and then turns to a very light pink hue, and then goes back to being how it was. As it does, you guys feel this feeling of warmth wash over you, and thunk.
See? Now Vogan.
Thunk. Everyone gain 5 temporary hit points. I'll do it. You all now have the effects of heroism on you.
Oh,
I
thank
just
you,
hated-
Heros.
I think the god was saying thank you.
Whatever your gods say, I don't really care.
You have lots to learn still. I think we're going to have a good day.
You have decided not to fight then, have you?
No brawling today.
We just talked
Darn.
it out. We used
It
the
might have
battle
been
of words.
interesting to see some of you at each other's throats. Oh
It
well.
happens with any good group of people.
They were just playing.
No.
Friends fight. You want to have a bout, Liam?
He doesn't.
And, Vogan, I would appreciate it, based off what you said, if you did not suddenly decide to turn against the drow who have broken many of our traditions, to go out on a limb to help you.
Yeah. I'm sure you did that willingly.
You scratch our back, we will continue to scratch yours. It's...
As long as you don't stab my back, then.
Now,
sure.
He as he walks away, he's like,
now, if you were to encounter those of our formal allied noble houses, they're terrible. They're the drow you should be watching out for. Have at them.
See,
You know, I
Vogan?
might take you up.
Please
Plenty of
forget.
drow to stab.
You shut the fuck up.
You watch your language.
We just have to ask them if they want to go back to the surface, and if they say no and do something evil, we kill them.
If you continue down that way, you will find the Kutoa. Whether or not they are the ones that have your friend, that's beyond me. But what are the chances of 2 Kutoa that have a path up to the surface, of 2 of their tribes existing so close together?
If we can't find them here, we'll beat them until they tell us where the other one is.
May our paths
think they're
cross
gonna-
again.
Do you think they're gonna, like, be a thing?
And ours yours.
Duanda and Neha?
Yeah.
Oh,
he puts his finger up to his lips.
Oh my god.
that is scandalous. I would not speak of such a thing. That would be highly disrespectful to my matron. He's nodding as he walks away. To say such a thing about my matron is beyond my post. Anyways, hope we meet again. Goodbye.
My guy knows what's up.
He's gonna love. He's gonna
That
love
one's
the
the
party.
only good drow.
Now
He's
you're
going to
coming
love the
around.
constant parties in the land away.
Oh.
Sure.
Fenris, can I talk to you away from everyone really, really quick?
Sure.
And then we go somewhere
Yeah.
where people can't hear us.
This reminds me of the early Nat19 days, where it's like we back away from the group.
Yo, yeah. And
We pull
then-
them back from the group.
Yo, why don't any of you guys? Why can't you guys have conversations near your party members? Why does everything have to be like, no, you're all excluded?
Secret. So me and Raleigh had a conversation, and it was
How'd it
really
go?
weird. I mean, he was nice. I think
I
think
I've
he
known
wanted
him
to talk
be
to me.
mean.
Yeah, but at the same time, all the bad stuff that he did,
Mhm.
so it's really hard to trust him and stuff like that. And then before we were going away on the fight last time, I might have kind of threatened him a little bit.
I have too.
Okay, good. It was really weird, and he was talking about a whole bunch of stuff from his past, which obviously can't tell you because that's his business and stuff like that.
Understandable. Respecting.
It very much made me rethink the way that I'm looking at him. I'm trying really hard to trust him, but I don't know. And I also feel really bad because I lied to him about something. And
What
I
did you lie to him about?
can't really tell you what I lied about.
That's fine. You don't have to tell him the truth. That's your choice in the end as was his secrets. I think you're allowed to be distrusting as long as it doesn't get away from... Excuse me, Lexi, let me just... And she'll pull like a hair from her mouth. Where was I?
So cute.
As long as it doesn't interfere in a professional sense. You know, we did promise to join this guild. I think it's good to bide our time and observe how he changes. I think he's still very young, and he'll learn over time to exercise caution, and if he lies to us, he lies to us. There's not really much we can do. Threatening him might even push him towards lying to us more. I have promised if he tries to hurt anyone, though, I will kill him.
I sit next to Quintus. When I started this pilgrimage, my master told me that I need to learn to be more accepting of other ways of thinking and cultures.
Your master?
Yeah. She's an old elf woman. Saved my life when I was kicked out of the Hellrock army. She taught me some of the techniques that I use.
Seems like they're quite the fighter if they were teaching you. To tell you the truth, my bravado back there wouldn't really have amounted to much against your skills.
She would have kicked my ass any day, so take that as you will. One thing that I need to make clear with you. I wish I could be as accepting and tolerant as you. You are both of those things to an absurd degree. Why are you so accepting? Is what I want to ask.
Well, I guess it just comes from growing up in the situation I was in. Over in the land away, and well, whenever Kitty joined me. I don't like to judge based off of appearances. I like to judge based off of actions. And if someone doesn't do wrong in front of me, and I just don't wish to have any preconceived notions of people. You understand?
Sort of. Take this situation with the drow. You've heard of drow, right?
Yes, I have. And
Even
the
if they
horrible
don't-
things they've done.
Even if they don't do it in front of you, maybe you should throw a little caution into your way of thinking.
Think of it like this, if you want to, Vogan, and this may sound more malicious than I mean. If they were to do anything in the land away, what do you think would happen to them?
Well, the drow would probably start trying to slave your people. I don't know how big your military is, but assuming it's of a large size, then I guess they'd be wiped out.
The small group that we've seen here, with their house being nearly destroyed and them having nowhere to go, if they were to make their way even just to House Valor built, our army is alone far superior, I believe. Even with their poisons and their abilities, I believe that my house alone would be able to secure them. And if not, you mess with one of the Lions Council, you mess with them all. I don't wish to lose myself, Vogan. If I don't give them a chance, if I don't give everyone a chance, I don't feel that's what they would do. You have your
guess.
master, and I have something.
All right. I don't fully understand it, but as long as you don't put us in danger with your way of thinking, feel free to think the way you want.
If I ever do, I'm sure that you would never let me live it down. Or
I'll kick your ass.
potentially...
That's what I'll do.
Is that all? I'm relieved.
Knock some sense into you. You clearly need it. He shrugs him on the shoulder.
Just kind of like pushes him back. Thank you. Oof. Well, get used to it, because you're not going anywhere. I wish I didn't get such a good deception.
Coming to bite you in the butt!
Oh. So I want to take one of my walloping arrows and dip it into the drow poison.
Oh my god. That boxing glove ain't gonna fit. It's not gonna fit, boy.
You can
Not
cut
that
it. The thing
one.
is, the arrow still has. It's not like a literal boxing glove on the end of a thing. It is still
Yeah.
an arrow
Yes,
tip.
it is.
No,
Wait,
it's
question.
not.
Can we please call that? Can we please call that arrow the double whammy?
The double whammy.
Oh, I love that.
I'm going to add... What do you... Stop changing your sheet. I'm trying to do stuff for you. Oh, you added double
What do you
whammy.
want? I added double whammy.
I'm making sure that it's fucking...
Hey,
making sure it's
double
right.
whammy.
You don't have the saving throw on there, you fool!
I was about to get to it, you...
I can do it much more easily than you, though I appreciate you trying to help!
And
about
here
you
in the
die?
wild, here in the wild, we see two DMs battle onwards.
He's not a DM here!
Just cause my character's trying to be more
Bam!
tolerant doesn't mean I have to.
And...
He's right, you know.
poisoned. And 1 hour. There, bam.
You just
Quintus
poisoned
feels
Vogue.
so-
And poison! You get sick today!
Glory will soon be coming to us. Much food will be given to us by the gods above when we sacrifice the flesh of those from above.
The other one's just like,
Yes, I can't wait.
Vogan, you at the front, evidently. You step on a piece of moss that is a bit deeper than you think, and it lets out a very loud initiatives.
Is Marianne surprised since he understood them?
Still yes, because the
I
actual...
wouldn't have been able to predict the sound that would have alerted them.
okay.
I just would have heard them
A
talking.
giant toad!
It's true, a giant toad!
Get me away from that!
So,
Is it a fat
here's the good news. So,
I've been in them
Fenris.
before.
Fenris. So they, at the edge of your vision, you guys can just see coming within sight, carrying what looks like a small spear. You guys see this.
Sugar Hype Fish Kid.
I'm so excited!
They look like it looks like it's crouching back, waiting for you to approach. This one's actually going to get over to the side. This one rushes over to the side and starts just yelling in Undercommon. You guys hear just letting out sounds of ribbits and such. Back in Miriam, you can make out that something in the dark is screaming like,
We have intruders! On this most holy day of Sabontius feast, we have intruders!
the rest of you just
Yeah,
hear basically nothing. And
That's
this
fine.
this one's
One
going
of
to
those
rush.
weird gurgles, kitty.
This one's going to rush up at you,
can't
croaking
see.
at you. It's going to throw a net. Oh my god, it hit!
Oh, son of a
It rushes up and throws a net at you. You are restrained as it throws a net over you, and Fenris, you just hit the ground like ah! With it. You're not prone, but you are trapped by this thing.
Oh, fuck. Oh, Lord.
You guys
she called
see
me.
emerging from the
Oh,
darkness,
no.
this massive
fuck.
giant toad seems to just waddle out 1 foot, determined in front of the other, moving towards you
My
guys.
God.
Joink.
Am I restrained now?
You already
You
were
already
within
restrained.
Yep, it's gonna eat me. Bye, guys.
You are restrained. It. Oh my god!
What the fuck?
It deals 34 damage as it reaches out. It bites into you. The top half of your body is locked into its jaws. It clamps down on you.
Frog teeth.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh my
It's gonna
goodness.
gum me to death.
Action, sir.
That's fair.
Oh my god, what a
Fuck
good
it up.
boy.
Hiya.
Action surge.
That
further
hits.
and Further.
Okay, good. Thank God. Die.
I said die!
Come on.
What did I just tell you?
You cut into it. It reels back. As it moves back, it just is taking Fenris with her. The net is like dangling out of its mouth as if it's a wrapper around Fenris at this point.
Hey, boy, put it down. Put it down, boy.
I'd like you to roll Insight, Vogan, since you're right next to it.
Hiya. 6.
You see its eyes are darting towards the cliff after you hit it. Lexa!
No!
Also, wait, you hit it with your longsword, right? You hit it with your longsword?
I did.
Roll the poison against it. You can. You apply unconscious poison. As you strike it, it like goes back as if it's going to lunge out,
Thank
as if it's going to lunge off the side. As it does, it slows, and it just slumps to the ground, and just lets out a very deep...
My second attack could have been a crit.
Its eyes begin to its eye half closes and it starts to look sleepy and slumps over, Fenris half sticking out of its mouth. Do you have the venom applied to the dagger already?
Yes, I told you that I was doing it while I was
Okay,
walking.
so then go ahead and roll the attack.
Dude.
Ah, it'll be double poison now.
That is
a
that's a
matter.
hit. Apply your sneak attack and then roll your make sure to hit critical, then roll your damage.
And I have applied my sneak attack. Yes.
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 Yes. Double checking. Cool. Cool. Doing the thing.
All right.
Die.
Yep.
Yay!
It dealt the
This is why I
same amount of damage that it did to Fenris.
It's true.
I didn't think that
That would have killed it in one attack.
Quid
Exactly.
pro quo.
It would have
Quid
exactly
pro quo.
killed it in one attack. You
Damn.
cut into it, so Fenris, you're no
Oh.
longer grappled, but you are unconscious and restrained.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm unstable still.
Fenris, don't you dare die on Lexi now. I'm gonna cast Healing Word.
Oh.
You look like you've had a fun weekend. And that's my turn.
I'm so slimy.
Same. You're kind of gross right now, famous. Leave that.
Call this prudent, but I think I'm gonna cast the second level Cure Wounds on myself, guys.
Good call, bitch.
I love y'all. I don't want to
But
die.
you could murder this guy.
Yes, but there's new art of me, and it'd be quite rude to die right after.
You know, fair.
This is the perfect time to die.
now that said, Miriam, Quintus, and Raleigh, your art's not done yet. So if you died, that
By
would
all
not,
means.
Whatever.
it would not be
Yeah.
rude.
Here I go!
What you gotta do? Fuck us up, fam.
You know, like, just not talking about the fact that I've already seen the work in progress, and I know that I'm probably not. Let's go!
Right.
Alrighty. You restored yourself 13 hit
nice.
points. Also, as your turn begins, you regain 5 temporary hit points from heroism.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, that was so
Oh yeah, we still have that. Right.
Yes, you do.
Oh my god, it really did ground me. I'm gonna just, Lexi, you've got this way better than I do. Just give me a moment.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you so much. I don't know who saved me. But thank
I'm
you.
so glad you're okay. I was Miriam. Well,
Oh,
I killed
trying to
me and
move, are
Logan
you?
killed the thing, and
I think-
Logan.
Oh, I can't!
I think you'll find you're still covered in a net.
Yeah.
Standing prone, yeah.
I'm saying all of this from down there. Like, thank you so much. I'm gonna stand. That's my turn.
Can't.
Oh, she's flopping.
Your
like a
movement is
fish
zero.
Your
in
movement
the
is
net.
0. Yeah, you are stuck
Really?
prone because your movement is 0, and you. Well, there's a conversation there because standing says it's halved.
If
but it
your
doesn't-
movement speed is 0, can you have 0?
half
I would
0
say
is-
rules as intended is no.
We'll go with
That's
no.
fine.
Look how squishy and vulnerable I am.
Oh my
But
god.
I'm a nice piece of meat tied up, ready for the roaster.
Oof.
You almost got eaten. Shut up.
I know.
You did. Shut your goddamn mouth.
This one's
Now,
gonna
I
jump
know
off the
she's
side.
A nice piece. I know she's a nice piece of meat, and we all know it. But
That
He's a
one,
coward!
that one looks back and forth, looks at the giant dead toad, and then just leaps, just whoop, off the side. Before it goes, though, it is going to throw a spear before it goes. It's going to throw at Vogan
No!
and hits with a Nat19,
No! That bitch!
and
we
boof.
found the lancer.
I jump in.
Oh no! Your scorpion
Oh,
mark
no.
is well, whatever. He was gone anyways. You take 8 damage as it leaps off. It throws it and then just falls backwards into the water. You guys hear the splash, and it is now underwater.
You're an arsehole.
This
Good
Kuto
arsehole.
is all. He's gonna look
Hey.
at that one, look back to you, and also throw his spear at Vogan. And miss.
Yeah.
Yay!
Quintus.
So I've been looking everything up.
Oh.
I'm going to try to run 10 feet. And then a 15-foot jump.
I did tell you before. That's 30 feet down. Jumping down.
Do it.
I will
Be
half the
amazing.
damage, but you're gonna land on a space there where it is difficult terrain, but the top of you is out of the water.
Is jumping down an action?
No, it's just movement. It would have been though.
Murder it!
You had taken your movement though, so but in theory you could have just taken 5 feet to divert diagonally. So you still have your action, I'll say.
Murder it!
I'd like to hit it.
Okay. Noting that you are underwater, so your attack will have disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Yeah, I figured.
You could sacred flame him.
In the water.
In the water?
It's radiant damage, not fire.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
amazing.
spell.
That sounds great. Let's do that.
Okay, go ahead.
Go for it.
Thank you, Spencer. You're just gonna hear like a underwater.
A brief flash.
It,
It
bubbles like a
fails.
jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Hey, it
Roll-
failed.
Hey, get it?
So
Like, it-
Fucking
it's
die.
not dead. Wow. It hits it. You
You
guys.
hear-
are we playing Nat19?
It's not. It's actually not.
Man.
But you guys hear some bubbles. You guys see bubbles boil up as if something was boiling at that exact spot, and you hear this high-pitched whine coming from the underwater, muffled. Miriam, you see a very large shadow approaching you,
Oh no. Oh fuck.
and you see just coming up under the water.
Dang it!
It
I
it
wanna
That
climb
changes
up.
everything.
comes up and it's gonna try to take a bite at you, and you are technically
No.
swimming.
Go toad to toe with me.
No.
You see this giant toad come up like a shark and try to get you, but you quickly kick back and get away from it. And it goes back under the water.
So we knew something was here.
Fenris! Underwater, you see you see this boy swimming towards you, spear in hand,
Leave her alone.
I'm going to drown.
coming at you. It comes at you, it strikes at you with a spear, which clangs off your armor.
Yes!
It's now that one's turn.
Yep, come at me.
That one's going for a spear attack on you as well, in that one's. They're just
Yes!
they're slowly coming at you in slow motion, not accounting for the
Fenris, I didn't
underwater,
know you were
like,
a
weight
sea elf.
change. You just hear, it just dings off your armor very slowly. And back to the top!
All right. I saw the thing go after Miriam.
It's true.
I'm
I'm gonna roll
Sword pointing
Oh!
down.
maximum fall damage. You take 7 after your temporary hit points are gone, and you take 7.
And I
How dare you?
You get
Do
underwater.
it.
You do it a scratch. You sever the artery in its throat, and just a cloud of blood blooms out from it.
Finish! Finish!
I think you mean. Thank you very much.
Sorry. Sorry.
And by that I mean muffled bass noises.
Hooray!
All right, Miriam.
Kill this guy.
Get him.
Go
Get
away.
off of him.
Alrighty, I can get him.
If you don't kill him and he gets up.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
You hit. All right, make sure to
Hey.
flag a critical. Do your damage. He's dead.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
You go over to him. You bring your short sword down, pierce straight through the top of its skull and into the ground. It dies without making a sound. Vogan. Another giant toad emerges from beside Vogan from the water. It goes for a bite on Vogan. It nat ones.
Yeah!
Comes out of the water to try to bite you. You raise up your hands, grab the top of its head, and push it down and push its mouth closed.
I'm sure my friends can handle everything behind me.
This
Probably.
giant toad is going to get closer to Raleigh and is going to try to get its sweet revenge.
Not
hit-
its sweet revenge.
It hits. It deals damage. You take. Oh no!
Oh, fuck!
Oh,
These things hit so hard!
They do.
You are grappled by it as well as restrained by it. Ooh.
Underwater.
And underwater.
Yeah.
God.
That's
But you're like a vampire. You don't need to breathe, right? You're fine.
It's not a power.
God!
Having grappled you, it is going to move down to the bottom of the 30 feet, carrying you down with it.
Fuck! Oh no! Yeah, this is
Well,
it.
Yeah.
Lexi,
Bye,
you,
everybody.
Lexi, you can see this happening. This Kutel is going to try to throw a net at Lexi. It misses.
Yay!
It throws a net at you underwater. You bring your claws up and rip it as it comes by you. Lexi,
Okay.
this could be it for fucking Raleigh, man.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get him. So I'm
Alrighty.
gonna get fucking hurt, man.
Oh no!
You could
Yep.
potentially not, though. Also, just because you had a conversation with the guy doesn't mean you have to think he's a friend.
Yeah, but I don't want him to die, and I'm like the only one that saw it.
Carrie-
Like, shit.
It's very sweet.
Yeah, Logan.
He doesn't have heart yet.
That's true.
I mean, if he's
He
gonna
could
die,
just
this
fucking die.
time, guys.
I
would
don't like how
cry.
this joke is being used.
I love how this joke is being used.
Okay, I
Guys,
enjoy
we
it.
can't lose Billy.
Oh, that's true. We need Billy.
That Kutoa's gonna get an attack on you?
Yeah.
Net.
Alright. I mean, yes, it is.
Oh no.
Or it gets off on the proper space.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, I
It's
need to
not
be on a proper
netting
space,
her.
you're right.
It gets a 5. It didn't hit. You, as you swim away, you see a net fly by you, and you hear just a underwater snap, as if like it's like darn. You get down there. Rally is half sticking out of this frog's mouth, getting relatively casually slurped into it as you get down there.
Yeah, and my master sword is a short sword, and you said I could use that underwater, correct?
And it still has the drow poison on it.
And it still has the poison on it. So I'm gonna try to
Make
get this
it
frog.
pass out. Make it pass out.
Fucking die, please.
Oh my god.
Die!
This is some anime bullshit here.
It's
Don't lose your way.
Oh my
They
God.
just fucking had like their talk of friendship, and Lexi like fucking
All right.
like thinks about it in her head.
Go ahead and roll me.
Raleigh's there. Does that count as
No.
sneak
No.
attack?
No, he's
Damn
unconscious.
it!
An unconscious creature is not hostile to it.
Bullshit!
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
It's not dead.
Wait, but the poison's on it though. Also
Yep,
poison it.
That's the drow poison, so go ahead and roll that against it.
okay.
It's not the dagger of venom. The dagger of venom's poison has already been expended.
Yeah, so it's the save that I'm rolling, right?
How do you reapply the dagger poison? Or
Only works
poison
once per
dagger
day.
thing?
He failed!
It failed, and it failed by
God.
it's only poisoned. It's not not unconscious.
Okay.
Apply the poisoned
Was
condition
my
to it.
attack enough for him to let the boy go?
No.
I already bonus action to get down there.
You're true.
Yeah. Fuck. I think that's all I can do.
I appreciate the effort.
Well,
You're dead.
I mean, I crit for you. I can't do
Yeah.
any more. If you die now, it's your fault, okay?
A Kutoa emerges and climbs on top of the giant toad that is near Vogan.
Oh my god. It's right.
Oh,
Holds its spear over its
Throws a
head.
net at Vogan. Misses.
I get it. I get why you want to catch him.
I love Logan's little screeches.
Same.
Those are my little screeches, I'll have you know.
A second Kutoa climbs on top of the giant toad
Oh
and
my
throws
god.
a net at Vogan and
Having a
misses.
good time.
Dude, it's so fucking. Let's get him, boys.
Oh, Billy!
Billy, go save your master.
Yeah,
Billy
Billy
doesn't
fucking.
know what's going on.
Billy's like, I'm on it! Dives underwater, hits the water, immediately is just floating stationary, like, ah.
I can't go down.
Billy's like a waterfowl.
What would Billy do?
Billy,
Owl things.
Billy is going to give whoever attacks this toad advantage.
That makes sense. It's right there. It's what you do.
And then he will fly up.
To safety.
Billy's
Alright.
been trained very well.
All right, Raleigh, this is going to be very important, and I want you to know that if death happens, it happens. We're level 4+. I'm not protecting anyone. Roll me a death save.
You can do it, boy. You can do it.
You impossible fool!
I think this is just fate. He got a little bit nicer and then immediately died.
Carrie! Carrie, did you just fucking Yoko him?
Well, everything from here is a matter of who goes and when and what they do.
Oh
That's it.
This Kutoa pops up out of the water beside Quintus,
no. Yeah, hit me.
and it throws a net. and it hits with the net. You're restrained.
Oh no.
This is it, boys.
That physically hurt my body to scream like that. Oh no.
That one is going to lunge towards you, get in the water, and it's going to go for a bite on you.
Uh-huh.
It goes for it. It misses. Fenris, what up?
I see a big shadow in the water. I can only assume what that might be.
You saw me
A
going
giant
at
frog.
Yeah, after a long sigh, I'ma get back in the water.
it. Oh shit!
Wait, I have a much better idea. Can I redact that I got out of the water?
That you got out of the water?
I mean, got in the water.
Yeah, if you want to move back, sure.
Oh, idea! I get in the water. Oh, isn't my
I
action?
get in the water.
to-
No, I get out of the water.
It's not.
I get in
It's
the
not
water.
my. It's not my action to Misty Step, is it?
Nope, bonus.
Great. Misty stepping to Raleigh.
Okay.
And this is the best I can do right now, but I'm gonna spare of dying for you.
You know,
Bitch.
you stabilize him?
Damn it!
Stabilizing him,
You should
I'd
probably
say
heal him.
on his turn, he will still... Well, here's the thing. Even if she
Still
heals
drowning.
him, he will still
She's
go
still
back to
drowning.
0. Stabilizing uses the least of her resources, and there's nothing she can do to give him...
Like, I can't
Actually,
heal him at
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Because
How much
once
would
I'm
he take? How
down
much would
there...
he take from drowning?
He would go to 0.
Drop to 0. Yeah.
Oh.
He's
okay.
suffocating. It's not damage, it's you go to 0.
Yeah, like Death Ward can't even stop you from drowning. Because it's not
Okay,
damage.
guys, I've accepted my
So,
fate.
are you...
No.
No,
Are you
At least
that,
it'll reset
that's
you.
like, I was gonna say
Thank God.
finally.
At least it would reset him.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So, you spare him, he stabilizes, your death saves reset. This giant toad's gonna go. This giant toad is going to go ahead and attack Vogan. Yeah! It misses!
Hooray!
It takes a step forward to bite you, puts too much weight on one of its legs, collapses to the side as its tongue flops out, trying to strike you, just flops beside you. This Kutoa's gonna go!
Oh no, fuck off.
What's the
Please.
concept?
Go away. Leave him alone.
Swimming
Kill
towards
Raleigh.
you.
Do it.
Do
Come
it,
at
pussy! You
me!
won't!
I'm going to
You
roll a
coward.
d4 to
Come
determine...
at
Oh, shit.
me!
Yeah, double checking, just because, point of order, it might work. I doubt it, but if it's immune to charm, then it would also just not have worked.
The toad... No, it's not immune to charm.
Yeah, I didn't think
It's
so.
a
but I was
giant
like,
toad.
it could be. I don't know.
I love that y'all are looking for ways to fucking kill Izzy. Like,
I
what?
I
If we're gonna
will...
murder
Stop
someone.
snitching.
The Kutoa is going to attack Raleigh.
No! I just stabilized him!
Yes.
Although, if you hadn't, this would be his actual fucking
That's
death.
true.
It's true.
I agree. I agree.
I rolled to see what it would prioritize, and it absolutely is
Yeah.
going to prioritize taking down the injured
Yeah.
foe.
It's valid. We're just gonna fight until whatever happens, happens.
It's gonna bite down on you. Will it hit?
Miss, you bastard.
It hit.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Yeah, there was a chance. You take damage. Wait, it's only if you take damage, right?
For
Is
what?
it? Yes?
It's only if you take damage, right?
You had the 5 temporary.
It would have critical. It would have criticaled that. So, and here's the thing: you have 1 temporary hit point left. I have to roll 1 more thing against you. If this rolls
If
a
you
1,
roll a 1.
it's a 4. I'm sorry. I tried to find every excuse.
I understand.
So that's
I'm touched that you're trying.
I am.
That is 2 death
I
save
can't
fails.
save you, but I can be fair. You are at 2 death saves.
It's a good thing this thing doesn't have multi-attack then.
Yep. Back to the top.
Right?
Vogan.
Oh!
Hiya.
You don't give a fuck about this mess happening over here. You got your own giant
You
problem.
guys can deal with that. Die. I said die!
I just died!
These toads are giving you guys so
If you
much
attacked the
trouble.
toad, you should have an
The
advantage.
first one was a fucking...
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
should have had
yeah,
advantage
okay,
on the
I looked
toad.
at the second. I looked
But
at the second
you
one.
still hit anyways, yeah. Yeah, you hit it. It did not die, but it looked very, very upset.
Hey, Bogan, you need help over there?
No, I'm good.
Fucking, you're just battling 2 Kutoa, like attacking you with spears from on top of it and a giant toad. You're like, nah, it's fine.
No, I can take him. They're fucking weak.
I'm just gonna try and attack the big frog boy with my master sword again.
Attacking Big Frog Boy?
Am I? Well, no, it's asleep, so it's good. No, let's pull Raleigh out. I'm gonna try to do
Well,
that.
no, you should probably kill this thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna try and
that's
pull Raleigh.
fair.
I'm gonna
It's
try and
kind of a
pull Raleigh
problem.
out.
I'm gonna try and get this boy.
Okay.
This is a mess, y'all.
This is
Right?
yay! Combat in water. What did you do?
What did I do?
You attacked.
He was targeting the
two
giant
things.
Okay.
Oh, I fuck. I'm
I
sorry.
rolled
okay.
a crit on
I'm
that
sorry.
goddamn.
You
fool.
crit
You're
on
not
the
a-
fucking-
Crit on that son of a
Okay,
bitch,
okay.
though!
I need to clarify. Or which one were you attacking?
The Kotoa.
Okay, so you critted on that. So go ahead and
Hell yeah.
roll your damage.
Okay. Wait, Fenris is there. Do I get sneak attack?
No.
It's not within 5 feet of it.
Fuck! Alright,
Fenris is on the
so-
other side of you.
Damn it!
You stab into it. The Kuto is not dead.
Ah!
Bonus.
Oh, bonus action nails, fucking die!
Get it. That's a miss.
God damn it! Izzy, you're meant to die! I can't save you!
I know, right? That's what I've been saying. This is the work of destiny.
Why'd you have to Yoko it?
That stupid bitch Destiny.
Oh,
You're talking shit about destiny.
This Kuto is gonna go for a spear attack on Vogan.
Do it.
Misses.
oh, you think you outrun
Bitch.
Destiny? Destiny also knows
This
how
one's gonna go for a spear
swim.
attack on Vogan. Nat ones.
Ha! Bitch!
What the
Logan's just
fuck?
having
Billy.
the time of his life over
Listen,
there.
how about we just end things here for the night, guys?
Yeah.
Is he?
Oh, dear.
Let's do this.
All right.
Please.
Moment of truth.
Ooh,
Dab.
if you get another fucking
Damn, on the
one, I swear
Come
to
on,
God.
Izzy.
We
You
love
dropped
I-
to 0.
I will. You do immediately drop to 0.
Oh, yeah, that's
But
true.
it's fine.
Just let me die. This is cruel.
You do wake up. You have a moment. You're like.
You go to inhale from being conscious, and you just inhale more water.
And you're down.
Ah!
Just let it happen.
This is such a roller coaster.
Oh my
Izzy, at
god.
this point, if you do die, this is gonna be one of your more entertaining deaths.
It's true.
Kutoma's going
Good
to
one.
attack. It goes for an attack. It bites. It misses. Yeah, they are.
They're all
Prentice!
missing except Raleigh.
Nom, 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 nom.
so-
There's just a flurry of bites and snaps around you. Miriam.
Eyes on me, boys. Eyes on me. Don't mind the tiefling. Don't mind the tiefling.
Oh,
Hi. Have you met my friend Thunderwave?
what?
Go heck and go for it.
Oh, that's just.
There we go. Die.
They both
Final
succeed.
Wah!
They both take half damage. You deal 4 damage to both of them as they're hit. Skutella's gonna go for a net. It hit with the net. You are restrained.
Oh no!
Stop it.
Hey, stop it.
This toad is going to go for an attack on Vogan. It is convinced it's going to eat you. It is gonna happen. It missed and it dropped to 20. It goes for another attack on you, looms up, tries to put its weight forward, flops down on its belly with its hands, like, just straight back, just like, "Brrr." It is
Underwater.
throwing a net at Fenris.
God damn it! Leave me alone!
It got you.
Ah, God, no.
It throws a net on you, you
No.
find yourself flailing, moving is difficult.
No,
But
kill
you're not-
Raleigh.
But you're
Are you
not. But you're not prone. So
You're not prone, but your movement is 0. Vogan! This fight is so weird.
You're right.
No, I
It's
love
like
this
one
fight.
side's doing okay.
God,
Him!
that frog is dead!
Hooray!
It dies, its body slowly sags back and slowly drifts into the water. The Kuto on top of it jump off of it. Gonna move him. Gonna move
You're
him.
next, you fucking freaks.
Jesus.
They don't know what you said. They can't be angry.
Good. That's mostly for me.
As you do that, they're just like, as you make growls out, and they're like,
You're sick bird.
I don't know what you said, but I fucking hate it.
all right, are you gonna... Let's see what you do. Roll me that death save, Izzy. That's a success!
Stop it! No!
Spencer!
I love how invested you are in my death.
It's amazing. I'm
You know, we were
about this
all
attitude.
supposed to be friends.
Kutoa's gonna go for a
peers.
bite on Quintus.
Yeah, it's that friendship
And
work.
misses despite the net. This one's
Hey,
gonna go
stop
for
it.
an attack. It's gonna go for a bite. Goes for to snap at you. Misses despite the net. There's Kutoa. I was gonna throw a net on Miriam.
No!
It hits. Miriam, you're netted.
No!
Kitty!
Vogan.
Fucking die.
Oh my god.
This encounter is just
Is
my
it?
favorite so far in the entire campaign.
So good.
You
Die!
It
I
doesn't.
said die!
Jesus.
And that's me.
I'm a bap this bappable boy. And
Do it.
Hopefully crit on him. Yep, I gotta fucking hit him.
Come on.
And it's unconscious.
Yeah. You hit him. Add your sneak attack. Add your sneak attack. Flag a crit and roll.
Please.
Oh my god.
You can do this,
If
Lexi.
you not kill it, you're dead, my boy.
I can't.
That,
I can't
Like-
see this not.
It has to kill it.
die.
I'm praying to Quinn.
Kill it so hard you also kill Raleigh.
Yay!
Fucking. All of its muscles tense up. It bites Raleigh in half
Ah,
with its no teeth.
Oh my god.
You stab it. It lets out a death ribbit, and its mouth unhinges slightly. Raleigh floats slightly out of its mouth, but not all the way.
Me and Fenris would grab him and then
Well.
fucking.
I'm still
You
restrained.
certainly will
You-
next turn.
That's true.
You
Could
have a
you,
Oh,
could you
fuck.
bonus action attack the thing?
Yeah, could I? Yeah, I can get her.
Oh,
Okay, I can go.
And I'm gonna move
Come
you into the space it was in. Do you hit? Roll damage.
Oh, thank God! Please let her
Come
get
on,
out.
girl.
Please,
Come
please.
on, squirrel friend. You can do this.
It does not kill it.
Well,
the
It
net-
doesn't kill the net.
It does not kill the net. The net remains.
You're doing
sorry.
great, sweetie.
she's just like under the water.
Here comes the net.
Drowning.
Oh, the net hit.
Oh no!
No! You finally hit me, you freak gun!
Throws a net on you. This one's gonna go for a bite. It hits.
I'm having a swamp flashback.
Strikes you. Yeah, you take 2 damage that you
Take 2
absorb.
damage.
Amazing.
Oh, jeez. Roll a death save.
One.
That's a
Still
fail.
fail, yes!
Oh God.
Die, Raleigh!
This Kotoa is going to throw. It's gonna throw a net on Quintus. It hit.
Oh my God.
Hey!
It is then going to begin swimming away.
Hey, no, fuck you! I'm gonna hit you.
No, you're not. Oh yeah, you both got your reaction back. Go ahead.
What do you mean
go
I
ahead.
can't?
Go ahead.
Kitty can too.
You both got your turns.
Wait, other than Raleigh, my only
so
guy in the party not in the
Get back here, you
net.
jerk!
It's a fail. It's a hit.
Get back here, you jerk! Ah!
You deal 6 damage. It is not dead, but you both strike it as it swims away. It swims dupe.
Vogan, your way!
Ah!
It's going
He's
to
also in a net.
Alright, now die.
death save. Let's see what happens.
One.
Succeed!
I'm not gonna lie. I also kind of hope that it was a one.
Vogan, you see a Kotoa emerge from the water.
No!
3, 4,
Hey!
5.
Hey! Hey! How does it know?
You know what to do.
No blood in the water.
You guys hear a splash.
No!
You guys hear a splash as it enters into the water up above you.
How the fuck does it know? He was over there!
He smelled blood in the water. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Kill him!
I'm being honest. It's that it's running in the direction it thinks will help it escape, and that is a straight line to there.
There's a wall there!
Yeah, it doesn't think that you're gonna go fucking swimming against that wall, but now that it sees you, and it's gonna throw a spear at Raleigh.
Get him!
I mean, at least it's not a melee attack.
Let him do it.
Throws a spear, hits, damage. You would take it. It hits you, but it doesn't deal damage through the feather points. It throws it, it hits you, it just like bounces off of you. Miss Kotoa's gonna fucking take down Logan. It's gonna happen.
Fucking do it!
He apparates a surprise net. Yeah, it succeeded.
Oh my god.
You said they were out of nets!
I say many things.
Next I'll be cheering for your death, Logan!
He's then going to move away from you.
You bitch!
Can I take an opportunity attack?
Yep.
Oh my god.
I'm the DM. I can do what I want, Spencer. You know.
Did I hit him?
Nope.
Follow
Raleigh.
the balls.
Die.
Could Billy have gotten over
Here we
it?
go.
Nah, what?
What?
That's a fail.
Close enough.
I thought that was a 1.
I'm really. This
right.
is. He's
Kill
going
him.
to. He's.
Do it. Do it.
I legitimately. I cannot rationalize one of these things not going for the weakest possible thing. It's going to swim down, and it is swimming straight towards, and is going to try to bite Raleigh.
Oh my god.
If it succeeds, it's
I'm
a crit.
holding him close to me.
I don't want to let I don't want to let go of this die because
Oh,
I don't want Raleigh to die, but
Oh.
it's what it would do. Raleigh, I just started saying your name right too. All right, so here's
Oh, 19.
there's one last thing that can stop this, which
Temporary
is
hit points. If it rolls low enough.
and it only does a D4 plus 1,
2d4 plus 1 versus 5.
and one
Yeah.
of them's. It bites into him as the
That'll
fish
do it.
swims down. It bites into him again. The last. I'm not going to say the last bit of breath because that's incredibly unrealistic with the amount of time he's been underwater. But he bites into him. You guys don't see much of a physical change in Raleigh. But unfortunately, he is killed as of that.
Logan, how could you kill him? What the fuck?
Come on.
It wiggles, it thrashes, it rips.
Oh my god.
Fenris.
Attack this asshole!
Yeah, we gotta kill
I'm
him.
gonna burn his
Fuck.
butt off!
Can't believe I was killed by a fish, man.
It succeeds.
I give it. Oh my god, it's so not him. I want to give it the middle finger, but Fenris would never. She's too good. I don't know how any of you are not crying over this. Fuck off.
I have a heart of stone.
Dagger him to death.
That's a Nat 19. Take an inspiration and go ahead.
How about you die?
Logan, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Logan.
I am the DM, ever impartial, emotionless.
Tears in his eyes.
And I am
How
the
do
bread
you want to do
vulnerable.
this?
Oh no.
Swimming toward him. Probably acknowledge that, probably put 2 and 2 together that Raleigh died after seeing Billy fade away. So I just dive after him in a fit of fury and just grab him, take the knife like Zabuza style, just
Hell
fucking
yeah.
stab him while the dagger is still in my mouth, right in the eye.
All right, you do so. It digs into it. It lets out a scream as bubbles escape its mouth. As you push the dagger further in through the eye socket, it stops struggling against you and ceases moving.
There's still another one over. Stops.
Yeah. Well, Raleigh, no. Raleigh, you're okay. She's gonna start like shaking him. Like, no, you're okay. Me and Fenris saved you. You're okay. Come on.
Lexi,
Come on, you just have to get
I'm
up.
gonna put a hand on her shoulder. I don't think he made it.
There has to be something we can do.
For the moment being, he's gone.
Lexi's gonna hug Fenris.
And Fenris is gonna hold Lexi to her tightly.
I needed him. It's thanks to him that I found out something killed my father.
There are ways to resuscitate someone after they've died, but I don't...
Not here.
Not here. We're a few days from a service.
And I don't have the magic.
Yeah.
But Esper, though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. So...
You've heard the rules for the Esper.
Yeah.
It's fine. We'll take him back.
And do what with him?
We'll get him back. We'll get him back.
How?
We'll rescue Kyverium and we'll get back out.
We'll have to hide his body for now.
You didn't answer my question.
We'll talk to the Esper.
We don't have anything to offer the Esper.
No, we're not trading anyone's life for Raleigh's.
I didn't say we would. I said we're gonna talk to her.
Okay. First, we have a job to do.
You see the fog become thicker and thicker to the point where you can't see through it more than 5 or 10 feet. And you hear this low, serpentine growl filling the entirety of this cavern and moving and shifting around you.
Dude, is this his patron? Is he all pissed off?
Yeah, it's
like
Alquam.
dead? Yay!
You guys see the shadow of large fins in the water surfacing and coiling around the sandbar that you're on.
What did they want here? What
That
did they keep here?
And then, finally, you see, after most of your vision is reduced, the very large shadow towering over you of what at first looks to be a dragon, reflecting light from Drift Globe, as its icy skin is revealed. An incredibly large serpentine creature coming out of the water, looming over the group.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Hello, friend!
That. Yes, friend.
Two
You're
of
our
its
friend, right?
Two of its front fins slam onto the ground. and
That's
it
straight up a
towers above
monster
the lot of
hunter
you.
kind of thing.
You would know the general knowledge that this thing is an Idolos called Esserite Morganite. And it is generally a sea monster that is pretty anti-mankind. It doesn't like mortals. You see the tendrils of ice that are slowly building and animating are moving towards Raleigh, and at this point, they begin to coil around him.
I would like to
And
attack his tendrils. I was at the ready.
I'm
I was at the ready. This guy's coming forward. I'm attacking.
jumping on top of Raleigh.
Roll me an attack roll.
I was at the ready. This thing's going forward. I'm using my inspiration.
TPK.
Don't let
TPK. TPK. It's happening
there be
here.
another death because of me.
Roll me an attack roll.
And
You roll me damage.
Oh fuck, dude.
Striking it, you break through the tendrils of ice.
back away, beast!
So,
You know what this is?
so group, as you do that and you hit it, it seems to become briefly enraged. It reels back and lets out a roar that fills the area that sounds like the roar of various dragons layered on top of one another.
Oh, I made it!
Yay!
Yeah, fuck all y'all!
A lot of you become frightened of it immediately.
No, we
realizing-
We're
don't.
immune to frightened.
No, we don't remember.
Oh my god, yeah, you are! Tries to frighten you. He tries to frighten you. You guys are immune to it. You feel the sensation wash over you, but heroism. At this point, it begins moving closer, almost murmuring.
I do not have the means to communicate with your kind, but if you know my intention, get out of my way.
You see
Get
mist
out of the
begin.
way.
You see mist begin building up in its mouth.
Get out of the way, Quinn. It'll kill you.
Lexi,
You're looking at an Idolos.
I understand you both cared about him, but this isn't a fight we can win.
I am the one that supplies magical energy to the Dhampir that is within your midst. His life is mine. He has something that I told him I'd be coming for. I demand it of him, dead or not.
You see the tendrils once again wrapping around Raleigh. They're very slow, not terribly aggressive, but this thing's body language, it is slowly looming more over the lot of you. Its body, effectively mounting over you. It looks like it's going to get aggressive soon.
I pull out the apple, I assume after a second.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to hold it out above my head.
As you do, the tendrils of ice wrap around it, grasp it, and lift it into the air where it is. It reaches down and its jaws close around the apple.
You have chosen wisely. If you wish to restore him, and he continues to want my help, seek that infernal prophet above. I do not care to expend the resources needed.
It starts backing up. You guys notice the mist moving away. By this point, you didn't notice it had been happening, but frost and ice had begun building up on your limbs. He looks to you, Miriam.
I will remember your compliance.
Seems to move away. You guys hear the sound of mist, or the sound of water being pressed around and waves splashing against the sides. And after a while, the mist begins to move away. The ice begins to break apart as the temperature returns to normal. And it seems like this thing disappears through some unknown means. I think we're going to end there. When you,
stop fucking
I'm
dying.
gonna end the YouTube side, and then we'll try to figure that out. Anyways, YouTube! Goodbye, YouTube! We're gonna see you guys next week when we figure out how to do this.
We're ending with a restore.